mine concerning safety of either working on other people's vehicles, so if they're technicians, service riders, things like that, all the way up to people that are concerned about their own vehicle. And how do we sanitize a vehicle? What is safe to put on the material that the vehicle is made out of, and how we do it. So I'm going to show you today on how to sterilize your vehicle, and the way I'm doing this should be able to kill any type of virus that may be going on right now. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so as far as personal protection equipment that we have on, I've got on my gloves right here, and I have on the proper mask. You can go to a N95 mask if you would like to, but since this is my vehicle, I'm not really 100% following the whole guideline here. But if you've got, you know, somebody, if you're an Uber driver, things like that, if you have a taxi or anything like this, you should be able to, when you're doing this, wear your proper protective equipment. And again, once you're done, washing your hands and making sure you're clean afterwards. So a couple of things that we're going to need here is our microfiber towel. You want this to be fresh, clean towel, nothing on it. And you're going to need your hand sanitizer. Now, if you do not have hand sanitizer, you can use an isopropyl alcohol or some other type of cleaner that has an alcohol in it. What you don't want to use is, you don't want to use anything with bleach or ammonia. Okay, so any of your bathroom scrubbers or anything that has bleach in it, please be careful with what you're using on these vehicles, because if you're using something with bleach, you can very well change the look of the material or take off any protective coating, and same thing with ammonia as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be focusing on the places where people touch. Not only just me or the driver, but also the passenger or the rear passengers, or, you know, even when you're filling it up with gas, the gas flap and things like that. We're wanting to keep this contamination down to a minimal and kill anything that is on this that would cause us any sickness, whether it be flu, COVID-19, anything like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this. Now, this is Germ-X. It's standard old hand sanitizer, and all I'm doing is I'm just putting a little bit on my rag here. Now, this should not hurt leather. It may take off any protective or any Armor All coating or film that you have on, but you need to focus on things that we're touching. So our steering wheel, of course, is going to be the biggest thing. This is something, so we're going to get all of the steering wheel here. Okay, and we're recoating our rag if it starts to get dry, because especially in the heat, we will dry our rag out fairly quickly because of the alcohol. A gear shift, of course, we're wiping off the gear shift. Emergency brake handle, and again, any of the knobs, anything that we're touching here on the air conditioning system, we're just wanting to get this wet with that sanitizer, and we're letting it just dry up naturally. We should not have to wipe away, but we're just getting this wet and making sure that this hand sanitizer is soaking over the area and it's wet with enough time to kill whatever we're worried about getting us sick. So this is okay on leather, this is okay on vinyl, it's okay on plastic and glass. This is about 63% alcohol in our hand sanitizers. I would use just a non-scented hand sanitizer with no extras in it, no moisturizers, no anything like that, just the cheapest hand sanitizer that you can find. You don't want to use the Bath and Body Works scented or anything like that, because I'm just unsure about what all those other ingredients can do to the inside of the car. So once we're done with wiping down, again, you want to wipe down anything that you can possibly touch, you know, sunroof buttons up here, your handles on the insides, your window buttons. And so once you get done wiping that down, we're going to focus on the seats, okay? So with the seats, now, if you're really worried about your leather with this sanitizer, you can use an ivory soap, okay, like a body wash. You can use ivory soap, 25% mixture in a spray bottle, and you can wipe down the seats with that if you're worried about the alcohol in the leather seats. This is vinyl upholstery here, so I'm not worried about it. This is fine with vinyl, but if you have leather, especially if it's been you know, a dyed leather or a high-end leather, you may want to use that ivory soap and water. And make sure that you just, with the soap and water, you scrub pretty good, because the scrubbing action will do more to kill the virus than the soap will. Just moving your hands across things with this can kill virus. That friction can kill the virus. Okay, so we're going to do the outside now. Okay, so going to the outside of the vehicle, we're going to want to get all the door handles, inside and outside of the door handles here, the ledges here. So because when I close this door, I close it normally with the top edge or the side edge here. Okay, front and back. We're also going to want to get the trunk opener right here, underneath here, or somewhere along this spoiler. Sometimes people use that to open. So just imagine yourself working through this car. You're going to want to do and wipe down anything that you can possibly imagine somebody touching. Okay, so the gas flap, you also want to wipe down your gas cap around the edges here, anywhere we could possibly touch. And I'm going to come over here to the hood. You're going to wipe down around the front of the hood here to make sure that you've killed everything, in case somebody's opening or closing the hood and has passed anything to that. So, a lot of people have also asked me, well, what about heat? Well, this virus can actually stay alive up to 136 degrees. So, we're really not developing those inside temperatures to kill that. We probably will a little bit later in the season, but heat alone is not going to kill this. So, we're going to have to do something to kill this if we end up with this in the car. So again, if you're a technician, this is a very quick, easy thing to do. It takes about 5 minutes to do, so you may want to do this to a customer's car before you get in. If Uber or Lyft, you may want to do this to your back seats and rear door handles, every passenger. So what we're trying to do is just keep this down. You know, we all have loved ones that can be put in a bad position because of what we got going on right now. So besides lack of traveling and staying home and things like that, we need to go ahead and take care of the areas that could possibly be contaminated. Your car is one of those big areas. So I hope you learned something from this, and if you have any questions, I can be reached at kbryant@augustatech.edu. And thank you for tuning in.